On Christmas Eve, Governor Kristi Noem commuted the sentences of 7 people in South Dakota prisons. One of those people was Connie Hirsch. She was sentenced in 2012 for the shooting death of her husband. Now his family is left with questions. Austin Goss sat down with the victim's daughter for her first in-person interview. It is a story that you will only see on Dakota News Now.
On May 9th, 2010, Connie Hirsch shot and killed her husband in a house on this street while he was asleep. Now, because of Governor Kristi Noem, Hirsch is a free woman once again.
I mean, this was given to me by my dad for my birthday, and this one was given to me by my dad.
Christmas is a time for celebrating, family, and fellowship. It is no different here in the Lopez household, but for 12 years, a seat has been empty at the table. Jerry Hirsch was killed by his wife Connie Hirsch in 2010. Jerry's daughter, Sandra Lopez, says when she got the news on Christmas, it was like reliving that day in 2010.
I got a phone call from Denise Richards. She's a crime victims advocate, and asked if I was aware, if anyone notified me of Connie being released by the governor. And I told her no, I wasn't aware of it.
How'd you feel?
I felt numb.
Lopez says the family wasn't alerted by the state about the release ahead of time because they were not registered with SAVIN. That is a crime victims information network. In her initial release, Noem said that those chosen for commutation had a, quote, low risk of recidivism and that they had earned a second chance. But that pales in comparison to how former Circuit Court Judge Mark Barnett described Hirsch's crimes in 2012 during her sentencing hearing, in part saying to Connie Hirsch, quote, if you went to trial, you would be convicted of first-degree murder. No judge would have any option, no discretion, mandatory life sentence. The physical evidence was very damning that he was asleep when you put a bullet in him.
If it was me, it was like, hey, I can go out and kill someone that I don't like, and I'll be out in no time. That's the way I take it. It's like a life doesn't matter. And she's the governor. She should be asking all the people of their feelings.
But now Lopez, Jerry's family, and other family members of victims across the state are left only to wonder. The governor's office has not explained the reasoning behind the commutation decisions. For Lopez, all she can do now is pray and hold on to what she still has of her dad's. If you could say something to the governor right now, what would that be?
How would you like it if it was your dad? That's what I'd like to say to her. How would she feel if it was if it's her dad, and then they released his murderer?
In Pierre, Austin Goss, Dakota News Now.